Lord. And thank you, Georgie Juja. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a hard one, believe me.
Well, either way, thank you all the gentlemen on the desk. We're ready to get into our pistol round here on Cash. Mineski going to start things off. I'm so thrown for that. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. It's going to be the 4 armors coming out for the CT side. Utility on Retract, 2 flashbangs, and the diffuse kit. He likes that diffuse kit. But ViCi, well, they're going to go to the complete opposite side. He's over on B, and they're setting up for A.
Yeah, this is attack from ViCi on A side. They already threw those 2 smokes behind the site and short and goes 1 flash, but Dubstep in a great position, gets 1 frag, gets 2 frags. Will he get the 3rd? Yeah, he gets the 3rd, and that's amazing hold from Dubstep. GYY gets 1 frag, and only Advent left in 1-on-4, no armor, and only 1 flash. Definitely Advent, yeah, going down now, and that's first round for Mineski.
3 kills for Dubstep, playing that quad position perfectly, I think.
Yeah, definitely. This was like easy round for Mineski, even though ViCi had something prepared with those smokes behind the site and short and flash. I think the second flash should be there for quad, and Dubstep in that position shouldn't get more than, I don't know, two kills. He gets 3, and at that point I think ViCi lost the round. ViCi now force buys, so it's going to be a default with those pistols, maybe trying to get a frag or something. So far, maybe they can get Adrian because he's in a really aggressive position against these pistols, but he gets a smoke, and that smoke has a gap, and Jackson seems to know it.
ViCi just prodding at sights here, looking for that first pick, but they are going to lose it. Dubstep playing from MBK. So far on fire, headshots. And we'll fight that first pick. Jockey going to go forward in 5-on-4 situation. ViCi, once again, go for that A-site push. It seems to be a very popular one to go ahead and do when you haven't got utility. They have got a smoke on their hands, so blocking off cross will be great, but they still got to deal with Dubstep, who plays a very powerful quad, as we will find himself getting the second tag, finding the second kill, drops the bomb, and now ViCi will just crumble. 5-on-2. Kill is coming from AMTV, actually, so we'll see what you can find. A second kill on the site there. Dispenser comes in the back, and now Stev alone back towards A main. A 3 versus 1. The UMP from Dispenser will find themselves $600 and a second round on the board for Mineski.
A much better hold than they had on their city side against pistols. 3 players surviving. They can drop to those 2 players. They're building a bank with those UMPs, getting those frags, so definitely working out for Mineski so far. ViCi now full eco. This will be another easy round for Mineski, and again a great start. They had a 6-0 lead, if I'm not mistaken, on train at the beginning, so we'll see now ViCi attacking this side, and Stev immediately gets fragged. Here comes the cavalry for ViCi, and Retract immediately gets 1 more kill. Oh.
Down to, whoa, okay, Dispenser. Thank you for the double frag and the 3rd kill to Zocking, but it was a little bit too quick for me to come and chime in there. 3-0, Mineski will clean things up on the CT side. ViCi now, well, with enough money, should be able to get themselves a decent buy in here. AK is out. No AWP, I don't think. They haven't got enough money for it. Advent could go glass cannon. No, sorry, he hasn't got enough money, excuse me. 4,750 is how much you need for that. I thought it was 3,000. But it will be the AK buy from this T side. And while setting themselves up for picks. Aggression coming out from Mineski here. You can see Dispenser, he's already made that aggression work very, very well for him. And now we'll get the grenade usage out once again towards the boost spot. Not as much damage done this time around, but it will also be Mineski taking some very aggressive angles across the board here. Dubstep goes in towards the squeaky area, gets taken down. Instead, going to go aggressive with a nice double onto G as well. Dispenser's also fallen towards the middle area, leaves tracking Adrian in that 2-on-5 situation. And ViCi just cleaning things up so easily. Only the AWP coming in from Adrian here on the B site, and the bomb should go down on A. So should just be an easy save here. No real use in going aggressive for this one. They have got a lot of tag damage on the ViCi side, but he probably doesn't have that information over on his side of things. And again, a 1 versus 5 with any health scenario is very difficult for him to win.
If he gets only 1 frag here on ViCi gaming players, and they know that he's saving AWP, and they are already hunting for him, so this is going to be really tough for Adrian. He may be yeah, he'll get that one frag. He saw one more player. So here comes Jackson from the back, and Adrian heard him. So not going to hit that flick, and there goes the AWP. Mineski invested a lot in that round, so I don't think they're going to have. Yeah, they have at least 2, 3 M4s, UMP, and Adrian probably with 5.7 and armor. Yeah, this. Well, I mean, this was a lack of discipline of Mineski. They had the really good discipline on train, and now deciding to maybe get that information from Squeaky Door. That player falls down, and immediately mid falls apart for Mineski because they needed to rotate one guy. And Stev, okay, aggressive pick from mid before smoke blooms and gets that first frag. Amazing entry frag here for ViCi.
But it's traded, however. G gets AMTV going aggressive towards middle. Jockey makes up on the chopping block. Will he find the headshots? No, he's not. He's going to spray it on through towards Ice Cube, but nothing coming on through. He's actually going to be the one that comes out worse off. 9 HP on him. Retract's going to get a pick out towards the B halls. And now they've got, well, the full rifle set on Mineski this time. So ViCi, they save on AWP. Mineski will save some rifles. AK and M4 in their hand. 3-on-4 situation favors this CT side. And well, Mineski seem to have that angles locked out here. Dubstep back towards main is definitely going to call it out. It's not going to be a main push, but Adrian's also got himself out towards truck to watch out for the highway push. And well, looks like that's where the bomb is going to be going. Meanwhile, we'll track out towards the B halls area. Anticipates that Zocking might be there, and he does spot out the footstep, and one taps, one couple of bullets is all he needs to find that one. 4-on-2. Now Mineski turned this one right around here from what was an awkward buy into a solid round. Advent and Stev now rotating out towards the vents area. Takes down 1G, is going to be able to get Stev. And now we're only one left alive, and a 1 versus 3. Advent for the quad clutch. Molotov's out heaven at least. So he gets that area clear, but Adren's already got the cross watched, and he actually does peek away, so Advent going to get the bomb down here. But definitely a good retake coming from Mineski, as he will be putting the bomb down towards default. Adren tapping away. That's one kill. He will take down 1, but eventually it will be Adren coming on through to take the kill. And the 4th round for Mineski.
Yeah, great play from Mineski. They had a lot of information. They hold that. They were holding main. They were holding toxic as well on B side. So they knew that at one point ViCi needs to attack, and in great positions. They got one frag, and guy from upper gets that frag. So in the end, maybe a bomb plant here for ViCi is good. They can buy here, as we can see. They have 2 UMPs and 3 AKs with a lot of utility, except for Jackson. They have AWP on Adrian, and maybe he didn't have to do a lot, or he didn't get to do a lot in the previous rounds, but we'll see how he's going to do now. 2 guys for Mineski on A side, 2 guys on mid, and alone on B side is Adrian with that AWP, and this is a default for ViCi. So far they have 2 guys in main, 1 guy indoor, and C4 in main. So this is going to be definitely attack on A side. Here goes a smoke for quad, here goes a molotov for fork. Let's see if these 2 players from mid are going to get anything. Dispenser already gets a frag, retrack as well. Joking trades immediately. Step, aggressive play from A side, gets 1 frag, and this would be definitely be a retake for Mineski.
The 3-on-3 coming on through. Retract spots out 2, taps away with the USP. He's going to find headshots, but no kills from Spencer to finish it off. Gets himself a double, and now Stev back towards the main area is going to get smoked away. Bomb is planted. Dispenser's going to go for the defuse. Will Stev find it? He's going to tag up 1, and now he's going to have to get peeked away by Dispenser with a good read through the smoke. Turns it into a 4K in the round, and Mineski have their 5th.
Overall, for me, Dispenser definitely MVP of this matchup so far. I think he was stepping up massively here from Mineski. Whenever it matters, he's there to deliver, and that's, as you said, 4K for him in this round. Definitely doing a lot of work for his team. Now, ViCi again with the bomb plant. They can buy, but this time, limited amount of utility. 3 guys immediately towards A. They are waiting for Joking again to get boosted, because that worked in that round ViCi took. And Mineski changes up here. They have 2 guys on A side, 1 guy on mid, and 2 guys on B side. They're expecting maybe this round some kind of a B push from ViCi. And so far, I think they're right. No aggression from ViCi on A side. And Dispenser again with the first frag for Mineski.
Was such a good shot from Dispenser, had himself the headshot lined up in the smallest of gaps, just managed to pick off that 1 kill to open things up so well for Mineski. They've got themselves a man advantage, so now this push from ViCi is going to be very difficult. They're going to do the B site hit, however, so this could be very interesting. If they can get the bomb down, if they can get a few more picks to their favor, then this will make the retake from Mineski just as difficult, if not more so. 2 players stacked in towards the main area, 1 towards headshot and 1 towards heaven they have to deal with. Actually, sorry, 1 towards checkers, excuse me. Dispenser coming in towards heaven, and Adrian and Retract are going to clean things up. 3 kills for them. Zocking over towards highway, takes down Dubstep meanwhile. And we're down to a 4-on-1 situation. So Mineski, man advantage, clean things up, and now Zocking, not much he can do here. Best to save. There's no way he can survive this situation if he goes for the retake, and Mineski will lock out the angles and bring themselves a 6th round. So 30 seconds. It does look like the save will come in for the T side, and Zocking will have himself an AK and no money to work with in the next one.
Yeah, Adrian, after that, missing that first shot, I thought maybe he's going down immediately, but he gets 2 more, and he survives with that AWP on 20 HP, so strong hold for Mineski on B side, and that will be 6th round for them. ViCi not looking so good. After that first full buy round, I thought, okay, this map is more kind of comfortable for them. Okay, Adrian had a really nice crosshair placement here for Joking and to maybe wallbang him. Unfortunately, there's a box there, so no frag for him. And this will be eco or maybe some upgraded pistols for ViCi. Joking with only $300. Not looking good for ViCi. Sorry. This will be another easy round if Joking doesn't go berserk and maybe gets, I don't know, 3 frags with this AK.
Yeah, he'll need to go big. This AK is going to be such a key bit of utility for the ViCi side, and they have to use it to their best advantage because, well, it's going to be the only main weapon in play, just P250 CZs for the ViCi side. And, well, I think a formulated push, a grand push onto one particular site is what they kind of need to work with here. With only the flashbang and the smoke here, it had best to be the B site, cover off the tree area, because Adrian spotted out the first kill right there, takes the first pick, and now ViCi, well, the game is up, the jig is away. They're giving away the first frag in the AK. Will get picked up at least, but there's still Adrian to worry about. The smoke goes out, spots out the smallest of pixels, and manages to land the flick with the guesstimation. Now Dispenser spots out another, takes him down. AK once again out of play for ViCi. 55 seconds on the clock here. Jackson's going to pick it back up, but it's still a 2-on-5 situation with no armor and no utility. This is going to be so difficult for them if they find it at all. Their NTV, I was going to say he had a great angle to get in from the back, but it's not going to happen today as G takes him out from the A site. Now, Jackson, bomb in hand, what can you do? It might just be not very much. Actually does take down one, but Adrian peeks out and takes the AWP straight to his face. 3K for him. Great defensive from Adrian in that round. 7-1. Mineski, once again, a very similar dominant situation as we saw on Train.
Yeah, I don't agree with that pick from Joking. He was the only guy with armor and AK, so maybe in that situation put one of your guys with P250 to pick for you, or maybe get the shot out of Adrian so you can re-pick and get the headshot. So far, I think Adrian was playing, or is playing really well on B side, and here goes the push from main. GYY gets 1 frag, but immediately gets traded. Spencer in great position, but he gets traded as well. So this is going to be 3-on-2 for ViCi, and possibly another round for them. Mineski has the fuse kit on Adrian. They have Molotov and 2 smokes, so definitely not signing them off yet. But we'll see what they decide to do.
Bomb will get down on site. Mineski with a good retake. AWP and M4 in hand, though. It's going to be not the best weapons to use in this particular case, but Adrian's proven himself to be very powerful with it. Retract's going to fall, however, and this one should just be all over. Joking going to go a little bit further, extend a little bit further out, and take the AWP out of play. So that's 1 gun recovered for ViCi as well. So a second round of 3K for Joking in the end of that one. And 7-2 ViCi. I'm saying they might have a couple of troubles, but not going to go down without a fight.
Not going to go down without a fight. Yeah, right. Now Mineski forcing, let's say they have, okay, Advent on 40 HP got knifed by Joking at the beginning of the round. Adrian with AWP, okay, that was really close for Adrian to get that frag. Jackson moves to Toxic Barrels, and so far ViCi slowed down. Mineski, they boosted on A side in shroud position, so definitely so far Mineski looking good on this city side. On the other hand, ViCi, something worked for them. That was that aggression from boost and getting that mid control and going to split B, I would say. But now let's see, they are going to B side. They have smokes, they have flashes, and they have one guy on mid to stop that rotations from Mineski. Joking with the first frag.
Jackson with the second takes down a track now, 3-on-5 situation. ViCi, they're just cleaning things up. Mineski mistakes, kills for ViCi. Good plays from them. It all just falls into place here, and a 2-on-5 will come into play for the CT side. Mineski just have to back off. They have no choice. There's no way that they can win this one. So ViCi, rocky start with a couple of team knives. We'll finally pick it back together, and well, Mineski, like I said, just back on the retreat. Nothing that they can do here. ViCi not even going to go ahead and go hunting for them, which kind of makes sense. They are sitting on pretty rocky ground in terms of their economy. 850 and 950 for AMTV and Jackson in particular, two of the highlights of that particular front. But yeah, I mean, ViCi turning what was ultimately around that didn't work into something that does now. And they will have their third. So what was originally just a stomp from Mineski is now turning into, well, what could be a nice comeback for ViCi. Nothing coming in just yet in terms of who's going to definitively take the round. But Mineski still one away from taking that half victory. So 7-3 will be our scoreline for now. Close challenge from ViCi, but nothing will come through. They'll have 2 M4s for the next one.
It will be interesting to see if they decide to force around these two guns. It looks like they're not going to do it. They will try and get those get this round with those two weapons. Unfortunately for Mineski, ViCi seems to adapt to what Mineski did earlier and step at the start of the round with the tag on Dispenser. Probably, as I said, one of their best players so far here in this matchup. And ViCi against changes their positions. They're now looking to go into A site with one guy on the middle again, and that's Jackson, who is going to lurk for them. But little do they know, Mineski has 3 guys, and GYY immediately with the first frag, but he gets traded by Joking.
4-on-4 coming on through. The AMTV takes the first, and 2 more kills roll in for ViCi in quick succession. All dubstep now, and again, not much they can do here. There's not much he can do for Mineski. Back towards the B site, back towards CT. There's nothing left for him in this round. What more can you say other than that? If I save the M4 at least, hold on to that one for a little bit of relief in terms of the economy for the Mineski side, because well, they should have themselves another 4-buy here, and to hold on to that one, it will make them, well, just a little bit richer for the next few rounds. But in this case, not going to happen. Jackson takes them down 4-7 now. Mineski, let's see what you decide to go. The full M4 buy out the armor, limited amounts of utility. They got themselves 5 smokes, 2 flashbangs, sorry, 4 flashbangs, excuse me, and a frag grenade across the board for the entire Mineski side. So limited to say the least. ViCi have themselves the full sets and flashbang sets, so they got themselves plenty enough to work for what's the word, execution on either site here. So Mineski is going to have to start setting up defensive, and actually aggression will work out to their favor this time, as G going to take down AMTV out towards Squeaky, takes the first pick. The question is, will ViCi be able to make a comeback again?
Yeah, Joking now pop flashes himself, but he's stuck to a wall. He doesn't know that, but he gets that frag. Amazing adjustment from Joking to get that frag. That's clear A side, but fast on rotation is dubstep, and he was huge for Mineski so far. And Jackson on mid, making troubles here for Mineski, gets that frag on Adrian in vents. And little do they know, B side is all clear. They will probably now find out they need to smoke that city. There goes the smoke. Let's see if Retrack maybe can get 1 or 2 frags here from this position. gets mollied out and he gets one frag on Steph, so definitely something working out here for Mineski in this retake. They don't have a defuse kit, so and only one flash, so this needs to be fast for Mineski.
AWP out at play for ViCi. Mineski going to move on through, but Dubstep's going to go falling back to a 3-on-2. A 2-on-2 as a trap finally gets Admin, Dispenser against Jackson, and now Zocking. Look at this. The early damage in the matchup may end up hurting him. He's still going to take that kill, but for the 3K, can he find it? Back towards, planting towards the back of his sight, and Zocking is going to find the headshot as well. 6 HP for this man, and he still finds 3 kills. ViCi definitely rolling things up towards what could potentially be a 7-7 scoreline, because Mineski are back to the pistols.
Yeah, the two guys I mentioned at the beginning, Joking and Dispenser, definitely bringing that star status here for both of these teams. Joking with 15 frags and Dispenser with 13 frags so far in 13 rounds. Both of them stepping up for his teams. And this is going to be equal for Mineski. Let's see. Mid control, ViCi, Joking with 1 frag and Step with another, and 2 guys for Mineski on B side, but attack from ViCi goes on A, and there's already Dubstep on A side all alone with Deagle. We saw a lot of plays, especially from Nico, now in phase with this Deagle, but ViCi changes up and goes to B side.
And Mineski set up to deal with this in some particular fashion, but it's not going to happen as the player in headshot falls. Retract's going to take one back, but all in all, it just falls apart as Dubstep left alone in a 1 versus 4. Can't do anything, and he will get taken down. For the 7-6 scoreline, ViCi have managed to find themselves 5 rounds in a row against Mineski. They'll pick things back and maybe just try and even things up. And as a result, well, Mineski, realizing their current position, going to call for a tactical pause here.
Yeah, definitely a great call. They lost 5 rounds in a row, and this would be a great call for them to see what's working or what's not working currently, because they took 7 rounds after losing that first full buy round, 4 rounds after that. Yeah, it came down to defuse and one time Joking saving that AK to timer, but all in all, ViCi playing really aggressive, and Joking seems to be on fire here for ViCi, getting every single frag, especially at that point when he was stuck to a wall in main and adjusted his aim to kill that guy on A side. Definitely looking good for ViCi to come back in this match. Mineski maybe go a little more aggressive. They got one pick on door, but after that they fall down to their positions as Joking gets 1 frag, then immediately mollies the truck, gets 1 more frag. So I think they need to be more aggressive, not maybe only on A, maybe get better control on mid. They were letting that control for ViCi every single time. Maybe get 3 players on mid this round and see if that works out.
A double ult from Mineski this time, so this could get very interesting. If ViCi don't expect this, then this could be kills rolling in across the board for Mineski. But meanwhile, on the ViCi side, they've got themselves plenty of economy to work with, so they should have themselves a full buy for Mineski. This is such a huge investment that they could end up an eco round in the last round of this half, excuse me. As ViCi, well, looking likely to take their A. There's going to be the first kill coming in for Advent, takes down G. Dispenser, trying to land the M4 shots, and will be able to take down the bomb. He has that information as well, so rotations will be called in on the Mineski side. They've got themselves an AWP watching one side, and M4 watching from the back of the truck area. 4-on-4. ViCi now slow things down once again, trying to keep themselves in control here of this matchup. Bomb's still with them, so they have got that much going for them. And they will get 1 player out towards the boost spots. They will try for that mid-control. Jackson, nice 1-tap, spots him out, goes for the second peek and manages to land it right on point. There is 1 skull on the floor on the cash site here. 50 seconds now. Adren with the AWP. What do you find? What he needs to find? He's taking 2 shots. Finally lands a 3rd, but now Steph is creeping us through and 1 goes aggressive. They will get a kill and a 3-on-2 coming into play here. The retake from Mineski is going to be so difficult, but they have to go for it because this is going to be their last chance to formulate a decent shout, and the AWP will take down Retract. So for all intents and purposes, the double orb has failed for Mineski. Dispenser spotted out, and he is taken down. So Mineski have nothing going into this next round here. They'll get themselves together. Well, actually a decent amount of economy, so I am kind of wrong in that respect, but it's going to be very difficult for them. Definitely not a 4-buy coming in for the CT side. So ViCi definitely looking strong for this next one.
And we had a replay of that nasty Jackson one-tap here on short. Definitely everyone now stepping up, and this comeback seems more than capable for ViCi. They have 2 guys now on mid, 1 guy only on A side. Let's see if that works out, because last time they tried to take that control of mid, work out for Mineski, and they managed to get that 7th round. After that, ViCi every time getting that control of mid and splitting B, splitting A was a nonsense here for Mineski. So far we have 1 guy in main, 1 guy towards main, and Stev now going to the door. Dubstep really close here with UMP. Definitely in this position can maybe get 1 or 2 frags. Let's see if AMTV and Jackson decide to maybe fake this B, because we see C4 is moving towards A and there's only 1 guy, and now Dispenser rotates towards short, and maybe to watch Step, because definitely, yeah, GYY definitely heard that AWP, and Dispenser gets that frag. Amazing stuff from Dispenser again, and Jackson is moving towards B, maybe trying to sell a fake, because ViCi almost every round finished on that B side.
Yeah, good timing from Dispenser. He will go in for the second. Actually dinks up Joking, but he manages to take the headshot anyway, so it will be the kill coming on through for him. A 4-on-4 situation, and I'm not sure if it's just my end or whether it's all on all, but I think I've lost connection to the Go TV.
Me as well, yeah.
So this is, oh dear. Well, technical problems will come into play here. It's not like we're going to be entirely devoid of that, but we will get ourselves back into this one, as well, it looks like we're actually going to miss out on our end of the half here.
Yeah, while we miss out on a half, you can try and get the win, some cool skins. You go to bit.ly/risingstarsleague, and you have few ways to enter that giveaway, like following the page, following our Twitter account, following YouTube as well. So be sure to check that one out and maybe win the X-Racer chair, keyboards, mouse pads, and what not. ViCi Gaming, although I've put them definitely in top 3 because of their recent results, at the beginning of this cache maybe didn't look so good. Now, with Joking definitely stepping up, they look a lot better.
Definitely, I think that Mineski also for a decent shout here in this particular league. I mean,
yeah,
taking victories like that, of course, the pretty dominant shouts that they've had so far in the tournament. I think that, sorry, I'm trying to multitask here, get myself connected back to the Go TV if I can. Yeah, no, I think that when they're taking rounds and halves like they have been in the past couple of matches, where they've taken like so many consecutive rounds, I think that they would be a good shout for potential contenders at the top of this table here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they get to play all these teams in this league, and they practice even more after they changed the 2 guys in their roster, I think they definitely can do even more. So far looking good for Mineski, and now to maybe get those, or get that 1 point for ViCi and Mineski. As our viewers can see, we have Tyloo, ViCi Gaming, NXL, D-Mongols, Signature, Monster Threats, Viking Vortex, Mineski, and Titans here in this league. We had qualifiers back in May, I think, 2016 or June. So these are all the teams that are invited and that qualified here for our league. We are going to see a lot of Tyloo, a lot of ViCi Gaming, all your favorite teams. Be sure to follow Twitter and Facebook at eFragnet, so you can get all those daily updates about our matches, about our schedule, and you can follow YouTube as well, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Electronic Frag TV, and Instagram account. If you are into that, you can go to eFrag TV as well. So go check that one out, boys. Maybe in the future you'll see some behind the scenes in the studio and whatnot. So far we are only focusing on developing these young teams, tier 2, tier 3 teams, and getting them a chance to play in these big leagues and to show what they have.
So a quick update on the server status. Sadly, the server actually did go down just as we disconnected there. So we're trying to get the players back into it so we can quickly resume where we left off at the beginning of that round. Yeah, we do apologize for that in particular. Once again, we're just getting ourselves back together when we can resume with this matchup very quickly. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you very quickly about where you kind of see this league going, because like, we talked about sort of like the big favorite. The big favorites for who we want to see go. But I mean, like, all in all, when you see the current landscape of things for this Asian division, where do you see, like, who do you see being placed where, particularly during, like, in the top sort of section of this league?
Yeah, so far based on results and their recent performance, I've put ViCi Gaming there in top 3. I'm not impressed in this first match, but this league lasts until I think it's like 1 month or 2 months more. So definitely ViCi Gaming, Tyloo, and I don't know, D-Mongols. I think they had the, I mean, they have a great potential to even be tier 2, top tier 2 team, but lack of international experience or international appearance as well. So I would say those are my top 3 for this league. Tyloo at the first spot, and then maybe D-Mongols and ViCi Gaming battling out for that second.
Yeah, definitely. You talk about sort of like how these teams could potentially be very good tier 2 contenders, but when you take a look at like how things go out in terms of their international competition, like, they don't really get a whole lot of that exposure. And
yeah,
I know we were talking about earlier how Counter-Strike, you guys on the desk were talking earlier about how Counter-Strike is kind of not really the game of the
Asian scene, yeah.
Of the Asian scene, yeah, definitely. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, no, I see a lot of comparisons to that in sort of like the UK scene where I'm from, where Counter-Strike isn't necessarily like the strongest game of where we have, but like, I think it's more to do with just what's the most popular game in that particular area. I think that MOBAs for the Asian scene is kind of like where they kind of dominate. That's why you see League of Legends team are often the dominant. Like the Asian scene is more dominant in like the League of Legends scene when you've got SK Telecom,
yeah,
etc. And it's like for us in the UK, it's like Call of Duty seems to be our particular game of choice. So I think it's just more a case of how the culture responds to each different game here.
Yeah, I actually expected that the Asian scene is going to like switch immediately to CS:GO, but seems like they didn't like the game, or I don't know what was the meaning behind like switching so late to CS:GO. And even though I'm into Dota, I think they have really good teams. Wings Gaming winning the International 2016 and getting that $10 million. That's probably good for Chinese scene. And when they see, I mean, that's kind of a culture there in Asia. When they see their teams winning, like or international experience, for example, China. Okay, China won big international event, getting $10 million and so on. They say, okay, let's play Dota. They don't see Asian, like Chinese or any Asian teams winning big international events in CS:GO. So maybe that's what's lacking in terms of player base and popularity of CS:GO there. But so far we are looking to get that one on track, and they can see their favorite teams here in the Razer Rising Stars Southeast Asia League.
Yeah, Razer, of course, doing some good work with the Rising Stars, the endemic sponsors of esports, and keeping things together with the grassroots area. And of course, do support some of the UK scene as well, where we have our own endemic growth. And just talking about that popularity, you know, CS:GO definitely rising in both the regions. They definitely have their own surges in popularity as of late. So definitely, I think we could be seeing some very interesting stuff coming out of the Asian scene, particularly when we see teams like Tyloo and Mongols competing in some of the higher tier tournaments.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's going to be even better for me. CS:GO or the whole esports started growing I don't know, in 2016, yeah, it was growing in terms of like Dota 2 had big prize pools, League of Legends as well, but I think CSGO now gets a lot more exposure after that E-League, or especially E-League Major. I think that was, all of those games probably, those were best games I watched since the beginning of CSGO, and I can't wait for the next major for CSGO, and I think the CSGO is getting a lot more fan base, and we are going to see bigger prize pools in the near future, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to see how things are looking in particular, like, from all sorts of ends of the spectrum. We talk about like the big majors, but even the grassroots tournaments like this, you know,
Yeah.
when surges in popularity come at the top of the spectrum, we also see an increase down here with our stuff like our Razer Rising Stars League. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to see how things turn up in prize pools for some of our lower tier teams. You know, of course, with the within the Asian scene and the European scene, and you know, just generally all of the scenes that we kind of have around the Counter-Strike games. So definitely some exciting times here for this next year.
Yeah, a little update. We are going live soon, in about 20 seconds. So match is going to be continued. We are sorry again for that server drop. Server disconnected and went down. I think we are going to replay that last round, if I'm not mistaken. Half didn't finish, so we'll see again that 15th round against here between ViCi Gaming and Mineski. And as you can all see, this Razer Rising Stars Southeast Asian League, or every Razer Rising Stars, is brought to you by Twitch, Razer Arena, DX Racer, CSGO Lounge, and Olympus. Of course, organized by eFrag. So follow all of us. How was your Twitter, Switchblade? Switch Jamie, right? At Switch.
Yeah, at Switch Jamie.
Yeah. So go follow this play-by-play, my dude, at Switch Jamie on Twitter. Give him a follow. He's a really great caster. He's making my life easier when I have to cast. So definitely check him out. I think we are going to go live soon. I'm not sure. Okay. Server is again screwing something up, and seems like it went down again. So we are going to wait a few more minutes, or like a minute or two, and we'll be coming back live into the game. We are going to, Sims is going to be like back into the studio, but not so fast for Georgia. Can you spell again? We need to hear your spelling again for Georgia.
I don't think I could torture anybody with that anymore.
I'm here, so I want to hear it. Hey,
yeah, he's here.
Hey, Jay.
No.
So it's basically a dare that we did with Sonny, Harold, Mega Man, Scrawny. So everybody tried. So
and everybody failed.
Everybody failed, but you were actually pretty close. So I liked it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think the second time you said it, you were quite close. Okay. Do you want me to say it one more time so it makes it easier for you?
Yeah, I'll give it another shot. Go for it.
Georgia Georgiev.
Georgia Jew. No, that's very difficult.
You're close. You're getting
that
that
is
first
very
name.
difficult.
Yeah, it's better than Mega Man.
Yeah.
He says like, Georgia. He doesn't even try it anymore.
Georgia.
He doesn't even try it anymore. Yeah. Okay, so talent team, desk
Assembled.
to the rescue.
Yeah, assembled, yeah.
Desk to the rescue. Since we're having some troubles with the servers, they're breaking down for no apparent reason. I don't know. Hopefully the fellows are going to be on the server pretty soon. Rema, again, we've seen Mineski playing better, but well, actually, ViCi picked up a couple of rounds. And,
yeah, all in terms of joking, I think he played awesome here for ViCi. I think he's now at 20 frags, 15 rounds, and 20 frags for joking. Definitely. But if I'm not mistaken, he has like the same frags as his whole team, so that's a big step up for ViCi and coming back into this match. after that start for Mineski, I thought, okay, this is going
Yeah,
to be
this is just it. Yeah.
all over again.
But what interests me the most is that you still think that ViCi is going to be top 3 in this
Slow
competition.
start.
Slow start.
Yeah,
Still.
I think there's something with their, I don't know, maybe positioning or what position, yeah, what positions players played before Genex joined in. Genex so far as I saw, he's playing that lurker role, joking, of course, going huge, being that star player. I think Stev is having a bit of a problems with AWP here and there. I think he needs to step up or practice more in terms of he was missing on train. I think that's one of the reasons they had so poor CT side. On the other hand, I don't know. Maybe as Dusan said, maybe slow start. Maybe they didn't have much practice with Jackson. They didn't get to choose their roles and whatnot. I think they're going to be better.
Maybe baby, but maybe not. Maybe they're
Maybe
just
baby.
not as good as we
Did you say
thought.
maybe baby?
Maybe baby. Yeah. You remember that commercial?
Yeah, I
How can you forget?
Yeah. So we started talking about Astralis, and I mentioned that the people in the studio and around me, they thought, and they said actually that they think that it's Astralis is probably the best team in the world right now.
yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, it is. I
sure.
mean, they are.
I mean, what happened with SK and in EM? I mean, they had
They
2
lost in
victories.
groups, yeah.
2 victories. I think they finished last in the group.
Yeah, but that group was
Not last, but
I think actually I
No,
saw it
yeah,
on
they were-
HLTV.
yeah, they
it
were
was-
last.
It was
no,
particularly
they had
interesting.
2-3.
2-3,
same as
like,
Virtus Pro,
same as Virtus and
same as Cloud9,
Cloud9,
same
right? And
as
you were last. I think
yeah, they were last. They were last, and
interestingly
good
enough.
one, yeah.
Yeah, maybe in the round difference, but
yeah,
Yes,
because
that's
of that.
Why, that's why.
And I mean, it's not last when you have the same amount of victories as Virtus Pro and Cloud9, so they were tied for that. I mean, for not going through. And honestly, I don't know. Phelps was looking good at the beginning when he joined, and it was looking really good for them. And then they came here and they lost to.
When you say here, you mean in
Yeah,
Katowice?
sorry. Yeah,
No,
they
here in
came
the studio.
to.
I mean,
Yeah,
because we're in Belgrade and
yeah,
best city
yeah.
in the world, and we talked
they
about
came
it
to
already.
Katowice. It didn't look that honestly that good. The synergy was just not there, and it wasn't clicking for them. And I'm not really sure who they lost to, because they lost to
it's not
Heroic.
only synergy, it's Fallen not being there for SK Gaming at
Yeah.
all. He's having ratings below, I don't know, 0.9, so that's uncharacteristical for Fallen. And he said in the interview I watched with HLTV, if I'm not mistaken, he said that currently he is underperforming as a player. It's not like the team has some problems and whatnot, and that they didn't fail this hard since last year. So
Yeah, but do you think that that switch and what happened with FNX, and we're not gonna get into it because no, seriously. I mean, those aren't rumors, but I just don't want to talk about it
Yeah.
because it's like a scandal story, and it doesn't even matter. But do you think that that switch, Phelps in, FNX out, that broke their synergy, like you mentioned, or the whole system in the team?
I mean,
I mean, they were the best team in the world for, I'd say, maybe 6 months.
yeah,
No,
definitely.
maybe.
I think in one of the earlier interviews, Fallen at one point said that it's kind of easier for him to be the in-game leader when he has FNX there, because FNX, as we know, is a really experienced player, and at one point he was the in-game leader of the team he was in. So basically, he had when he was out of ideas or he was in a bit of a slump, he could rely on FNX to help him out.
Yeah.
And not having that kind of a player in the team and just you yourself being the one and only guy in charge, it can be rough. And as we see here, he is the in-game leader, but at the same time, he cannot be the AWPer they need him to be. So I think they're honestly, the problem for them is simply they have an AWPer that's underperforming, and they have an in-game leader that's again underperforming.
Do you
So-
need some water? Or
Yeah, I need
something?
water. Yeah,
come
I'm
on,
dying.
Please give Dushan some water.
Yeah, but
We're
No,
talking
no.
to
yeah.
no one here. We're alone here. So
Yeah.
we're just faking, asking water from someone else. Yeah.
Water. It's just us three.
take over, Rema.
Yeah.
Let
Well,
Dushan
yeah, I
cough it
think
out.
even though Fallen is underperforming as AWP player, I think they have backup, and that's called Zira. And even though he's a rifler and all that, he definitely can be OPER as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
So maybe just adjusting with Phelps. Maybe they didn't have so much time to play with him. They after E-League Major they played DreamHack Las Vegas with him. And they played really well there with Phelps. Now in EM Katowice, I think maybe format and whatnot. We all saw tweets from the players. They
Best
were
of one, yeah.
bragging about formats, best of ones
Yeah.
and all, but that's not an excuse. So maybe better practice with Phelps, and he will. Phelps is a good and potential star player for me. We saw what he can do, and with these kind of players, achieving that star status would be really great for him because he has Code Zero in team for Taco as well. Taco, for me, one of the best support players there. And we saw switching in roles as well. Taco is now entry fragger, if I'm not mistaken. He said in a couple of interviews for SK Gaming. Thur is, again,
A beast.
yeah, that's what he does best. Called Zero, we all know he's proud, and he was one of the best player or the best player of 2016. I think Fallen just needs to adjust, and we'll see a better SK Gaming in the next tournament.
What about Heroic? They managed to well put up a great fight against Astralis in the semis, and they managed to get out of the group where you had
As
SK
first, yeah.
as first, yeah, because of
Yeah.
the difference, round differences
Yeah.
and such.
I,
Yes,
yeah, I think in their case was just because of the teams
the
they
victories
beat.
against
Yeah. The other two teams that
that finished
yeah, in
that
top three.
got out of
Yeah.
the group. But all in all, they had a great performance. Do you think they can keep up?
Yeah, they
hope,
they
yeah.
beaten SK, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are the team that beat SK. They've beaten Navi, if I'm not mistaken.
For
I
SK,
can't
I'm
remember.
sure
They had-
because
they had
SK
3 victories.
SK and Heroic had 2-2, and they played for that playoff spot.
yeah,
and
they beat
Heroic.
they beat SK, but I'm not really sure which two. I think they beat Virtus Pro. That's for sure.
Yeah, Virtus Pro
On
definitely
cobblestone,
Cobble,
on cobblestone, and I'm not sure which was their third
Well,
victory.
No, they couldn't beat SK and Virtus Pro since they had 3 victories and they had 2 victories against the teams who
No,
moved
they beat
out.
the Virtus Pro
So
and
they
SK
beat
definitely.
Navi, SK, and Virtus Pro.
Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. I'll
I'm not really sure.
I'm going to trust you on that one.
Definitely,
but-
it doesn't even matter.
SK and Virtus Pro definitely.
Yeah.
It
I'm
doesn't
sure
even
about
matter.
that
But
one.
Okay.
talking about Heroic, do you think they can keep
They
up
have
with-
they have now the big Australia is still the best team in the world, but regarding to Denmark, and we all know how big their scene is and how good CS is coming out of them. I think with Yugi in the team, I think Heroic has a lot of potential. Not to be certainly not in the next year the best team in the world. Still, there's a lot of good teams there, but I think given time to them, I think they can even at some point overcome maybe North.
Wow. Huge words, I'd say.
Oh,
you
well,
agree? I don't know.
they're developing really fast with
Yep.
Yugi. With this tournament, they bought out Yugi like a week,
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yeah.
before IEM. So I would say, yeah, they definitely have a potential, and all Yugi is definitely a rising star. So I would say, yeah, maybe in a year,
Yeah.
if all goes well for North, they can for Heroic, they can be or beat North and beat that top 2 Denmark.
Yeah, and talking about the best teams in the world, we cannot skip Fnatic. Again, they're playing together, all of them back in one team. Do you think it can work out as it used to work before? No.
Nope.
Why not?
Teams figured
It's
them out.
like a relationship, you know. When it breaks once, when it breaks, you can't put it together. You know, like a vase.
you can
know?
put players back together and they can play the same style they played year ago, 2 years ago. Never mind.
But that's style.
But but that style gets figured out really fast because when you're JV said it himself. When you're best team in the world, everyone is going to look at your demos and see what you are doing, and they're going to adapt and see what are your strats, what are your tendencies, what are your weaknesses, and they're going to exploit that. And now that's why SK is now falling down, because SK was, as you said, 6 months top team, and everyone looked at SK. Okay, they're the best team. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what their strats. And you can't come up with new strats immediately after they all figure you out. So I would say Fnatic can come back, but maybe with a little different playstyle than they had. They were playing that loose playstyle. They were going for frags. They were going for those star players. They had really great FaZe. Basically, they had Opper. They had a really good pistol player, Dennis, Flasha, Mastermind, and Clutcher, in my opinion. So all in all,
Olaf, the best player in the world at that time.
yeah, I definitely think they can be top 5, but I don't think they are going to achieve that top 1 spot as they had like a year, 2 years
Okay,
ago.
but what's going on with NIP then?
Oh, that was...
Yeah.
Sorry?
Who?
Too
sorry,
old.
no, sorry. Who?
Too old.
And
is that a problem?
and
No, no,
some
no.
I mean,
guy.
if Virtus Pro isn't old, they can be old.
Not the old. They
I don't
are
mean
just...
like old now when
It's
you
not
count
working.
years.
It just simply isn't working. Whatever they wanted to do is simply stopped working. At one point, you have to ask if it was even ever working, or were the teams just underperforming against them? Because honestly, why?
No, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just...
I know
Yeah.
what can bring finish, but
Yeah, I mean, Forest to me is, I think, the only guy in that team that's really stepping up, and that's not enough. You have 5 teammates. You have 5 team members. You need all of them to win the matches, and to me, it looks like just Forest is the guy still battling it out. Get Right. Are really rough times for him. I'm not really sure.
playing for a long time, I'd say.
I mean, I don't know what's happening with him, but since they lost to Vega Squadron and on that cash, when he had 2 frags, 2 and 15, from that point on, he's looking really weak. And I mean, I just want to see Get Right be Get Right and be
Again.
great again.
Yeah.
What I
Make Get Right
expect,
great
what I
again.
expected from Swedish Shuffle, or maybe in the future, I would like to see Freiberg removed from LIP, Exist, and Pite. Pit. We leave Get Right and Forest there. We bring Pronax, we bring Twist and Schneider, and we have perfect NIP
Yep.
lineup.
Yeah,
I
do
would
you
actually
think that would
100%
work?
agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it would.
Yeah.
without Disco
It should.
Even though I think they have a bit of a problems with Pronax
No
and
Disco Doppler.
Schneider.
It's not Schneider.
okay, maybe this could open as
Maybe
well.
Disco instead of Schneider, but the thing is,
I think I think he's more consistent than Schneider is.
yeah, just because of
So-
that, and in
Wow, I managed to say something right.
Yeah, in that team,
Wow, I correct
actually-
the analysts.
no,
and then
actually
has
in that
written
in
down.
that yeah in
What
Please
that
date
no,
is it?
please no
Okay.
bully.
yeah
Hello darkness, my
Okay.
old friend.
The 7th of March,
in that team actually you have
2017.
a really good balance of everything. You have Forest that can be a beast rifler and in the same time play with an op. You have a Get Right that's a support, the lurker, a clutcher. You have the in-game leader of Pronax, and then Twist and Disco Doppler. Disco is as well an opper. So
No, he was rifler for NIP when he was stepping in. So
yeah, I mean you have 5 good teammates there that can.
I think Freiberg is at this point. I don't know. Definitely.
done.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done. Definitely.
He's
he was.
dethroned from
Yeah,
that King of Banana.
he was definitely a great player. He had a really great spray control and all, but he fell down like
Massively, yeah.
massively. Threat at one point when he came to NIP, he brought a lot of new tactics for them. NIP played really well on Cash, especially. That was their go-to map, and they were beating Virtus Pro. I don't know, Fnatic back then on Cash 16-3, 16-4. But as I said, when you have that great of a map, everyone looks at your map, what you are doing, and so on. So
their cobble was also good.
Yeah, with
when
smokes,
yeah,
yeah.
with smokes when Threat came, but I wouldn't remove Threat as their coach.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, definitely.
of course, I mean you still need someone to be that sixth man that can look at everything from another angle and not be involved in the game. And simply, Threat is a vital part of that team, but I would agree 100% with Rema. I think they need to uh, make some changes.
Yep, we don't have an info, and it would be good to get any info from the production
any
room.
info.
Thank you, guys. So if we can get any info. Oh, so we're going to start in a couple of minutes. Every single player is on the server, so we are about to start. I think we talked about Australis and a couple of teams. So, the Ebola virus, they're going to suck, right? They're going to suck.
Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
well.
Ebola, that has to suck, yeah.
That's actually a Friends reference. I'm a huge fan of Friends, so that Chandler says it on some dinner party when it gets uncomfortable, and he kind of has
something,
he needs something to say. He has to
break the ice.
Has to say something. Yeah, and he just says, "Yeah, the Ebola virus, that gonna suck," huh? and then he starts the conversation.
Yeah, I love Friends as well.
On, yeah. We're talking about ViCi game. Oh no, we have the second match of the day. Oh, that's why they're making the break, because we shouldn't have any breaks between
Yeah, we
matches.
should close the gap
Close the
a little
gap,
bit. Yeah.
right? And so we need to talk for at least
2
hour and a
more,
half.
yeah.
Hour and it's not that much.
An hour and a half. It's like
Yeah,
a
this
talk
game
show.
is going to
No,
probably go to
honestly, we should
4
make this a
overtimes.
podcast. Like you finish up that game with
Yeah.
Switchblade J, just in a quickie, and then we have a podcast of
In a
1.5
quickie?
hour.
Do you sleep? Well, how can you translate
you
it?
sleep, Dusan?
No, how do you sleep, Torin? Are you afraid? Do you have a tight sleep, Torin?
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
joke, but I can't put it into the correct sentence.
Yeah.
In a correct phrase. Hopefully the match will start soon. So we have no. I wanted to for a second. We mentioned a couple of teams here, like Tyloo being the biggest favorite. We mentioned ViCi, but well, they aren't performing like we thought they would. Then again, Mongols, they were playing great in the TWC qualifiers. They had an
have-
interesting play style as well. Sorry.
They have machine gun back.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have machine gun back. But yeah, I saw that they machine gun and one more player he decided to quit the team, and I think the both of them are back like a month ago or 2 months ago. What was it? But what about the rest of the teams? I mean, do we know much about those teams, and can they be a threat? I mean, we can see Mineski here surprising us.
In all honest, I never saw Vikings play.
Yep.
I never saw NXL play. Titans as well. So it will be interesting to see what
But Titans, they have the same lineup the Singapore had
Dreamscape.
for the
Dreamscape.
Dreamscape. Yeah,
I
I
think
That's
That's-
Dreamscape, I think.
Yep.
No, Dreamscape is now Boot. They're not Titans. I know.
Maybe I made a mistake.
I'm in contact with the guys from Singapore, so
Okay.
they're now Boot Dreamscape, not only Dreamscape. So definitely we'll see some teams surprising
I don't
us.
care what
Are
you
you
have
ready?
to say. I don't care what you have to say because we are ready for the game. Cash
Okay.
is on ViCi and Mineski. Go.
Awesome.
Jay.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
You can come back here and maybe stop this bully from Georgia.
Maybe I might book my flight in a minute, see if I can come over there and kick some ass. So, update on where we kind of left off. Of course, where GoTV did crash. We are a slight delay from the actual matchup itself, so we have missed the end of the half, but we have ended up with a 9-7 scoreline to the favor of Mineski, who will have their CT side. They've also just won the pistol round, so we'll have our standard SMG buy-up for UMPs coming out. The M4 and Advent as well. And Tech 9 Force Bite for the ViCi side. It's very standard stuff coming out. It looks like it will be a quick B rush here. Flashbang and smoke on their side, so utility to work with here. And it will be one player out towards the checkers area to go challenging early on.
Yeah, and it seems like Logos did not switch. ViCi is leading 9-7 and joking with the 3 frags here on B side. He's not going to get the fourth, but he gets immediately traded. Jackson with 1 frag and only retrack left here. 1 on 3. He has P250 and Kevlar, but not looking good. 37 HP and already 2 players on G. Okay, he gets that headshot on Jackson, so definitely economical damage here for ViCi. I'm so confused. I see Mineski and I want to say Mineski, but ViCi.
Yeah, definitely. Like, not going to be the strongest of forms for Mineski to start things off here for ViCi. It's a good round out of them to do some damage on the economy, and they can work off of that either in this next round or in the next one. They've got 2 frag grenades, so you can tell that they want to kind of get that damage on the board so they can try and find those kills and again do further damage. If they can take those 2 M4s out of the hands of the CTs, then that'll be absolutely great for them. But for now, it will be heading into the A site here. Stev's going to be pushed away pretty quickly here as flashbangs do come out. He spots out Dispenser, tapping away with the Glock, but he's not going to find anything. And ViCi are going to get themselves quickly onto the site, which one Mineski, they've gone ahead and abandoned here. Advent are going to take down the first for the retake, taking down Dubstep. They know there's a second in main. Mineski, well, they're going to start trying to clean things up here. AMTV gets G, 3 versus 5 situation, as it will be Joking coming on through to take down the second, and a third comes in from Stev. And that'll be the 10 rounds. Going to 11 for... I actually do think the teams have been swapped by accident, am I thinking? Yeah, I think that's kind of a problem. Sorry, I think there's a little bit of a UI issue on my end. I'm not sure if that's the same for you guys.
Yeah, that's why I said I want to say 10 to 7 for ViCi, but they are on D side for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 11 to 7 for ViCi. We have a small UE bug, as you said. Mineski is on T side, ViCi is on CT side, and I think that that's a win for Mineski in that round. They planted a bomb in that situation. They only invested in 2 nades. So as we can see, because of that plant, Adrian is able to get that AWP on board. He gets flashed and sees 2 players and decides to go for a repick and immediately gets punished for that. Advent with the entry frag for ViCi. And that will be 5 on 4 at the start of the round.
Yeah, 1 rifle out of the hands of ViCi already, and of all things is the AWP. It is picked up by Dubstep, but it's still going to be lost investment in terms of that AK. So at the end of the day, it's still the best of 2 evils for them to have that AWP to work with. Dubstep going to see if he can work with that. 60 HP on Retract, meanwhile, back towards the B halls, tagged up by the frag grenade and utility use of ViCi. And the Mineski hold back once again, holding for, well, a decent shout in the dark here. 50 seconds on the clock. Bombs are going to get picked up. It looks like they're a little bit scattered, but most presence towards middle. So with the lurker out towards B and the bomb on its way, it looks like it's going to be a B hit coming in here. 2 players to defend against 1 in checkers, 1 on site. Standard setup for this team. They do like to use that on their CT side. So 30 seconds on the clock. Rocky's going to peek out and take down. Dubstep gets refragged and Dispenser's going to be able to take that out back to a 3 on 4. It's still to the advantage of the CT side as Dispenser goes aggressive, taking down Jackson. And Retract, meanwhile, just watching out for the lurker. He's actually going to spot out 1 towards the back. AMTV is going to go forward, and the bomb will go down. Dispenser's on very low amounts of HP. Retract's also on 33. So it's going to be up to G if his teammates do fall to end up trying to hold this one. He's going to have to be the forefront of the defensive for the retake coming in here for ViCi. Now 2 players out towards the tree area will slowly push their way up through. They've got the fuse kits, so they've got time to work with. And it will be the first push coming on through. Stev and Advent going to pick up 2. Now Retract to try and defend. Takes the first and the second for the 3 kills in the round there. For Mineski, 7th. Good play from Retract. Saves in the round and the 8th point.
Yeah, Retract and Dispenser winning that round for Mineski. Dispenser with 2 kills, Retract with 3, and surviving with 11 HP. Only 1 gun left, so possibly a reset here for Mineski if they lose this one. Now on ViCi side, they have Stab with AWP, they have 4 M4s and I will not say limited amount of utility. They have plenty a lot, only Joking with 1 smoke. And it seems like for Mineski, it's already frag. Stab gets punished with AWP and with UMP of all the guns.
Dev first man full. AWP back in the hands of ViCi, however, as it will be Alan that picks up. I think he chucked it over to a teammate, but so far Mineski doing good work with their extra utility. Of course, the 3 AKs, 2 SMGs in their hands. Quite a lot amount of utility, even this late into the round as we do approach the minute mark. been using it very sparingly, and that could set up for some decent executions in presence out towards middle, as we will see Dubstep doing so alongside Dispenser. They will get themselves out towards the vents area, so good presence from the Mineski side. Will put some serious pressure onto ViCi. They're already down a man. They've had to split their split the issue and send 2 players to either site and leave middle entirely open for them. So 3 players now for Mineski. Over towards the A site, it looks like they might try and hit up a push coming in here, 45 seconds. 2 players out towards the B site as well. Ratchet's going to start things off, taking down Zocking, and it'll be Jackson to try and hit the refrag. He will do so with a headshot, but it favours Mineski as they get another kill, a 2-on-4 situation, and the CT's rotating quick, but even so, Dispenser in such a good spot to shut down Jackson, and he will do so. AMTV comes in onto Adrian, and now he's going to be left a lone man in a 1 versus 3 retake on the B site. All players from Mineski will rotate and try and set themselves up here. AMTV spamming away, 12 HP on the Dispenser. He's not going to find the entire thing in that case, so it looks like it will be a 9th round on the board for the T site, and AMTV will try and look for, well, exit frags at best against Mineski, but I don't think they're going to be falling free. It looks like they're just going to head back towards main. Well, actually, G might go ahead and try and go for an exit frag just to chop and change things out, but, well, 3 players alive, stay alive for Mineski as it does seem. AMTV holding back towards CT. It will be a 9th round on the board for the T side.
Yeah, definitely working really well here for Mineski, not losing, well, losing 2 players, but Dispenser leaving with 12 HP. They'll drop the guns for their teammates, and this is eco situation here for ViCi. Steph has 4.5k, but he's probably going to invest a little more. Yeah, he bought Kevlar, or small Kevlar, and smoke and flash. On the other hand, MTV with that saved rifle, we'll see what he can do here for ViCi. Mid control for Mineski, all Molotovs out, and as we can see, GYY already there toward vents. This can definitely look like a split to B site. Jackson and Joking there with only pistols, and Dispenser gets the first kill, GYY gets the second. That rifle we were talking about, M4, falls down, and Advent may be in good position to find at least 1 frag. They're going to pass each other, and Dubstep now on city spawn. Advent maybe heard him? Yeah, definitely he's aware that Dubstep is somewhere close to mid, and he's going to save that M4.
It definitely makes the most amount of sense for him. No armor on his side, only a flashbang and a defuse kit for him to work with. So a retake in this case will be impossible, if not extremely unlikely for his situation. So realizing this, he's just going to go ahead and head back towards Squeaky and try not to get himself killed. Dubstep is still on the hunt, so he might pick up the kill. But all in all, you know, smart play from the final ViCi member. He might even end up with a decent frag as well to close things out for his favor. So 10 rounds on the board for Mineski. That is going to be 3 in a row. So ViCi should have themselves a buyback here in the next round. It does look like it's going to be the case. And that M4, of course, saved in the round is going to help them out in terms of their investment. So definitely playing the long game are ViCi now, as they will buy it through. Another rifle run coming onto board here. Mineski to even things up with ViCi. It's going to be round number 22.
Yeah, now full buy for ViCi, 11 to 10. They definitely need to get this round. If they don't get this round, Mineski is going to take a lead on this map yet again. Mid control here for ViCi Gaming with 3 players on mid. Advent only guy on A side, and Jackson only guy on B side. And now he gets the company of Stav. This is again a default play for Mineski, like they did on train. They are spreading all over the map, trying to find any picks coming out of, or any aggression coming out of ViCi. So far, ViCi is playing passive and Mineski is playing passive as well. Joking was mollied off in that position on Snacks, but he threw smoke, so gets out alive. And really slow control of Mineski, and there seems like they're going to group up and go to A site.
And an ace execution, something that's worked out for them well before, but not a whole lot of smokes on their side. They will use it to shut up the cross, but look at it, it's a little bit awkward. There's a slight gap that Anvin is trying his best to try and abuse. A flashbang comes in from ViCi and it will counteract him. Two players being blinded, it will eventually fade, but Stev getting that first kill. Dubstep trying to get one and retract over towards the middle area. We'll trade it a 2 for 1. Anvin making it 2 for 2, but Dispenser has his angles on point. 3 versus 2, it favors this T side. And Jackson and AMTV, well, they got to decide, do they save or do they go for it? ViCi, I mean, their economy is still looking pretty dire at the moment. And Mineski with their explosive T side going to shut them out here. They will go for a retake. They're going to go for Broken Molotov out the quad area. It's still going to be Dispenser pushing out. Adrian with the AWP going to take down one. Jackson gives away his position, trying to land something here. It's a 1-on-2, so he's still got to find a second player and no defuse kit. I think this may have just gone a little bit too far ticked. It will be retract, finding the last kill right there in the 11th round for Mineski. It will even things up and most likely take a second conversion round, as it will be ViCi with an awkward economy going into round number 23.
Yeah, Jackson can maybe throw a couple of 5-7s here for his teammates, or even invest in, I don't know, UMP and small Kevlar. But all in all, Mineski, I think they have a lot better T side than their City side was here on Cash. More discipline coming out of players, and really well executed those smokes and mollies for A side, and now they go fast. They know that ViCi is on the pistols and they want to punish that. GYY gets the first frag, but AMTV with the P250 gets one frag and GYY gets dinked, so maybe, okay, as I say that, retract gets AMTV on short. This is going to be a retake for ViCi. They don't have defuse kits, they don't have a lot of utilities, so this will be easy round for Mineski.
An easy round it is. It was a little bit close. Actually, they did lose a decent amount of HP on the T side. And they did lose, of course, lose a man, but they did come up with the round. And ViCi, of course, come up with a full round loss bonus, so they will buy up in full. Stev, does he go glass cannon? He's seriously considering it. He's not going to go ahead. He's going to get the armor and the double flashbang utility set up here.
And a smoke by GYY.
That too, yeah, definitely. It's going to be the AWP out, meanwhile, for the Mineski side on the form of Adrian. And Jockey's got himself a nice angle towards Checkers. He's going to get smoked off, so not much he can do in that particular front. And there will be the Molotovs landing quickly on towards the site. It's going to be a quick execution coming in from Mineski. They're going to go fast. 2 players to deal with. One's very close out towards that corner area. Will be one taking down towards headshot, but he's still lurking in the smoke. Look at Jockey's position. If he could get the jump, this would be so good. He sprays onto Adrian, but he's not going to find it. Dubstep comes in from Checkers, and now we're down to a 3-on-5 that favors this T side. All 3 players now rotating quick, trying to get the flashbangs on through. Retract takes down one. Stev can't do anything except take down another, but it's traded. AMTV alone in a 1 versus 4. He has to save. There's not much he can do. There's nothing he can do. ViCi will lose yet another round from an explosive execution from Mineski. And a 4-man staying alive situation will put them on number 13, and ViCi going to be looking in dire straits for this next one.
Yeah, that smoke for Checkers ruined Joking. He was stuck in the smoke for a long time, then he kissed with a couple of players from Mineski. And even when he wanted to pop flash himself, it didn't work out. He gets immediately fragged. I'm not a fan of this City side from ViCi. It seems like they lack communication in terms of smokes, flashes for teammates. Jackson couple of times getting caught off guard by Mineski because Joking didn't, I don't know, get an info or didn't give info to Jackson. So far, Joking, yeah, had a great T side. On City side, not looking so good, and Adrian gets that first frag, kills AMTV. Great start of the round for Mineski.
This one's getting that explosiveness out of the gate. 1 AWP pick, at least one does come back for ViCi, but it's still going to be for that trade. And a 4-on-4, they're playing to try and keep things even. And even then, they've only lost the AK on the Mineski side. So for Adrian, a perfect play from him, a perfect advantage for the ViCi side. They've still got the AWP in play. And they're also looking to set up towards his A site again, which would be very, very good for them because there's only one player. It's a boost spot position that he's sitting on, Stev. But once they find him, that's going to be A site entirely in control of this T side, as they will slowly start to prod away, try and see if they can get some information. Rotations are being called for ViCi. Mineski definitely in control at the moment. 55 seconds on the clock. And it looks like, well, we'll slow things down, but all 4 players are out towards main and Squeaky, so it's going to be a split coming in. 45 seconds still on the clock. Advin's back towards the truck area, and there's still an AWP over towards the B side. This is going to be so good for Mineski, because if they avoid that AWP, that's going to be great for them, because they'll avoid any particular damage coming on through, as it will be sprays coming on through, but Steph doesn't land any of it. Adrian takes the AWP straight to him. Dispenser gets Advent, and like I said, once those kills come in, Mineski have complete control of the site here. 4 versus 2. It's such an unlikely retake for ViCi, and they realize it just as well as we do, and they're going to save yet again. How many times can they save? Apparently not many more, because Mineski 14-11. They're so close to this match point here.
Yeah, Stev in that position, no one checks him out there, and he didn't get a single frag. He missed a lot of shots, missed a guy in main, and then misses a guy in sight as well. And because he has that M4A4, they found out his position and killed him pretty fast. I think. Yeah, maybe they're going to lose at least one gun here on B side. Yeah, Joking falls down. Jackson, and Jackson loses his up. This is devastating here for ViCi. And as we can see, Joking immediately buys. This is what I like to say, a tilt buy. After they lost those 2 guns. 14 rounds here from Mineski, definitely looking like their map to pick.
ViCi are putting so much into this round. The full-on force. FAMAS is coming out, UMP is coming out, M4 is coming out. They've invested all their money into this round, and they're up to 7 rounds lost in a row. Mineski are doing absolute work so far. Advin's going to be the lone man to try and defend the site. He will actually take down Dispenser, so he'll have himself an AK to work with here. And Mineski, this time they'll be the ones losing that first pick. They're pushing themselves in towards A main, so got themselves that much going for them, but the question is ViCi going to be able to read onto this particular play? They've got 3 players, 1 on a boost spot, so very different tactics coming out from ViCi in this particular round. Retract. Oh wow, he's in such a bad spot. Although Advent is going to spot him out, but it's going to be still the challenge coming on through, and it's going to be 2 kills for Joking, who comes in on the backstep and takes them out. So ViCi definitely changing things up. It's going to leave Retract alone in a 1 versus 4, and he cannot win it. Mineski will lose 1 finally against ViCi, but question is it too far too late? If they lose this next round, it's going to be all over for this T side.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They need aggression on this map. You can't just go passive and give control of mid, give control of main, give control on toxic. You need to push somewhere in order to defend, and now with Joking pushing that B side, they had all information and they had 3 players on A side, and he gets 2 easy frags when they were trying to boost. This will be a really important round. If Mineski win this one, they're definitely going to win this match. Jackson with AWP. He was picking this AWP like 2 rounds ago, and Dispenser already sneaking up. Jackson gets the 1 frag, but Dispenser there to refrag it. Joking is here on B side. He smokes off Dispenser, but will not get the kill.
Yeah, bad luck in that particular case on Jackson. Just bring out the utility just as Dispenser went on peeking, so just bad luck from him. It's going to cost them a kill, and Dubstep's going to roll through onto Advent over towards the A site. Wall banger through the forklift, and the bomb getting planted for the default corner. 55 seconds, not quite yet, because ViCi is still on the rotations. They're going to get themselves quick, aggressive angles here. Molotov out towards quad. It will be Dubstep smoking off the cross as well. 1 out towards 4. GYY has that particularly on point. Back to a 2-on-4. A retake that ViCi haven't gone for, but at this point they kind of need to go for it. And Adrian's going to shut down any chance of them. Dispenser's coming in for the backstab. So for AMTV, he's got to get some kills pretty quickly, or he'll get killed himself. Mineski reset ViCi 15-12. This one should be all over and in the bag.
Yeah, the only 2 guys that can buy are Stev and Jackson. Jackson unfortunately can't get AWP in this round, but we'll see if ViCi somehow managed to get this to overtime. They have 2 UMPs, 2 M4s, and 5-7 on Joking. On the other hand, we have 4 AKs for Mineski and AWP. So so far not looking good, definitely, even though Joking had amazing run with on his T side. On CT side he's missing, so we'll see.
ViCi, awkward spot. 5-7 is going to be their weak link on Joking. Still 2 M4s coming out and 2 UMPs as well, so it's not a bad buy, but they've got to make these shots count. They've got to make every single bullet count, and so far it will be Dubstep to make his count. AMTV first to fall. Already 1 rifle out of play for ViCi. Joking better get himself out to try and pick that one back up, else this one is definitely going to be all written off here. 1 minute to go. Mineski getting themselves back up towards the A main and squeaky area. The A push that has worked out so well for them before. It would be, well, pretty appropriate to have it be the strategy that closes them out the game here. So Molotov starting to land, utility getting set up for the T side. GYY gets stabbed, 3 on 5. Molotovs out, here they come on towards the site. Advent falls, Jection and Joking, all that they've got left alive, all the way on the other side of the map. This one should be all for naught here. Joking goes challenging, takes down Retrack at least, has a rifle to play with, but it is still a bad 2 on 4 retake coming in here for the CTs.
Yeah, Jackson with he has a defuse, so maybe possible kill for ViCi, but Joking gets blinded by that flash and gets immediately killed by Adrian, and GYY gets Jackson, and that will be 16-12 for Mineski.